Hello everyone, this is Ninja. This is episode 10 of the Block and Pox server. And today, I'm going to show you guys something, little funny thing I discovered when I signed on. I was working, since last episode I had my day off, and I like to get some big projects done on my day off usually, and as I talked about in the last episode, I was going to work on the fusion reactor. And Grader actually gave me a ton of resources, so I was able to get a lot of it done. Um, and I was thinking, you know what? This is the worst time for somebody to prank me. And, because we don't have much time left on the server, since I'm thinking they're gonna release the new packs pretty soon. And I come up here, it's the first thing I see or hear. Yeah, I've got mushrooms all over the place. This is the work of Mount Sinai. He pranked me, and he didn't really, block any of my solar panels or do anything too harsh here. It's just a bunch of mushrooms, some stacked on top of each other. uh, yeah, they're all over the place. So I kind of held off on cleaning this up so I could show you guys first. There was a bunch of mushrooms planted here too. I didn't know if they were gonna grow on their own with mycelium. I just never looked into the game mechanics of that stuff. So I picked up those mushrooms down here. But let's read the sign. In my travels for an island, I found many mushrooms. Some of them have awesome things inside. I have plenty. Just search for the good one, Mountain Sinai. So he had me a surprise in one of these. Let's go see where it is. I already found it, but it's right here. I think this is the one. Yeah. Yeah, he gave me quite a bit of iridium. Let's see how much it is. 20, and we can turn a lot of this into iridium too. But we also need platinum for other stuff like the energy flow circuits, that type of stuff. And I've finished the UFO, or at least I've finished getting rid of the dirt. As soon as it loads in, I don't know. The server's been lagging a lot. I should also mention, this is the first episode I'm doing after work, which is 6 o'clock in the morning right now. I have they increased my shifts from 7 hours to 9 hours, so I have kind of less time, especially during the day. But I'm always have a little bit of time in the morning that I play. So I figure I might as well do recording here. And this is probably going to be the new thing. I'll probably start recording in the morning, and that's maybe I'll be able to record more often because I don't think I'm gonna wake up my son. I don't know. I kind of heard him squeak a little bit earlier, but and my son's 10 months old, so hopefully that wasn't the result of my voice. So if I seem like I'm being quiet, that's because I'm trying to be. And this is pretty much the only way I can do it now, so this is just how it's gotta be. And, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned last episode, but I got Silk Touch on a book that I found in my inventory. Well, I was trying to organize all of my enchanted books, and I see Silk Touch, so I'm guessing I picked it up with a quarry somewhere, because it was just there all of a sudden. It was very, very surprising. So I put it on the power tool, and it works. It works really good. So now if I want to go on mining trips, I can actually get a lot more from the ores. Like say if I were to get diamond ore, you can get a lot more out of it if you put it through the grinder and stuff. So you can get a lot more that way. If you just need to go and get stuff real quick. I mean, it's almost like, you know, an excuse to go mining. So otherwise there is no real excuse with the quarry. It's always ends up being a lot more productive. But yeah, if you got Silk Touch, you can get a lot more per what you're mining, of course. Well, I don't think I'm gonna clean up everything. I'm just gonna clean the stuff that's on my house right now, just so it's kind of out of the way. I'll do the rest later. I want to show you guys the fusion reactor, because we've come quite a ways with it, and I'm pretty sure I have a good understanding of it. I haven't messed with it in creative at all, but I think I've got it figured out. I've done as much reading as I'm going to on the wiki and everything. So I've got everything planned. I just don't have quite enough resources to finish it at the moment. Almost there though. I'm very, very close. It's the main thing is these fusion coils. I think they're called plasma coils in the newest version. Okay, there's a part in these called, let's take a look here. Iridium neutron reflector. This thing it just takes a lot of processing, and it's kind of expensive. Iridium plates, so I need 32 iridium plates because that's how many of these blocks I need here, and you need one for each. But you gotta surround it with these thick neutron reflectors, and each one of these you need to process a beryllium cell, which is ender pearl dust. I think it's like 8 ender pearl dust, something like that. I don't know. Let's take a look. 16, yeah. That was only half. Okay, but which, you know, isn't too bad, but you gotta make 4 of these around 8 of those. So this is a ton of dense copper plates, and each one of these takes 8 copper plates. So do the math on that, and it's like, yeah, that's a ton of copper that goes into one of these. So I've been running actually low on copper. So before I went offline yesterday, I ran a quarry. Let's see how much we got now. Not that much really. Well, for one thing, I started making the processing station for the okay, there's 2 elements I think you have to combine together to make the nuclear reaction, which is deuterium and tritium, I think is how you say it. And okay, it all starts with water. You put the water into an industrial electrolyzer. The electrolyzer turns that into hydrogen cells, and then you put the hydrogen cells in the industrial centrifuge, and it turns those into the deuterium. And the deuterium is, let me see if I'm saying this right actually. Yes, deuterium. Deuter. It's called deuter. Okay, and then you put 4 of these into the industrial centrifuge again to get the tritium. So we need to make a ton of this stuff and probably dedicate at least 2 or 3 of these to making tritium. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I've been cleaning up these mushrooms. And kind of, I'm just going to show you one because it's kind of taken me a while to do, and it's not something that's going to go over well on video because the most effective way for me to get rid of these things is kind of something that's going to make, I think, people a little dizzy. This is how I'm doing it. Just get the outer edge, you get the inner edge, and you get the stem. So not really something I can kind of time lapse and put in fast forward, so I'll just show you guys when I'm done. Okay, there we go. Base is once again mushroom free. Oh, wait a second. There's one. Last one right here. Almost missed you. Get rid of that sucker real quick. And yeah, I tried other methods that weren't as, you know, spinning around, and it didn't work quite as good, so I stuck with it. I repaired most of the damage that was caused by my Greg Tech explosion here. This is actually the next day after that happened, and I've calmed down a bit. I was pretty pissed off the other morning. I mean, I'm already pretty grouchy from just working all night, and yeah, being tired and, you know, making that mistake, I don't think it was justified to, you know, I only plugged in one machine because I had the row of 16 as you guys saw here, and I plugged one of them in, and it caused a chain reaction that was basically like I put TNT all the way down here, and that was just uncalled for to say the least. I don't know how I feel about that, Greg. I really don't. But it is what it is, and I've pretty much recovered. I ran out of tin. I ran the quarry again, and I think I'm okay now on tin. I was making some more rubber to make some more upgrades so I could make more of these guys. I blew up one of them, I think, or a couple of them. Yeah, I was, and I remade that one, and I blew up the rest, and I was just like, that wasn't even surprising me at that point. I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna quit. Kind of rage quit yesterday, and came back today and a little more patient and careful, I guess. I mean, I was already pretty careful, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't thinking when I wired that yeah, Greg, it's not just gonna blow up one machine, but it's like a chain reaction. Any machine that's touching it is going to turn into TNT that's just gonna blow up your base and all your most expensive machines. Well, I suppose it could have been worse. It could have been like, you know, on top of all these machines and my up there or something. I don't know. It was pretty bad, but yeah. I'm recovered now, and it looks like my stuff is done processing. I'm gonna have to make more charcoal dust, or coal dust, I mean. Okay, so we need to remake the electrolyzers. Let's see how we're doing on materials here. Good. Yeah, that should be enough. 684, yeah. It's probably enough. Okay. Industrial electrolyzer. Let's just do all of them. Might as well. Let's see what we're doing. Yeah, it's getting it done. Yep. That's the beauty of having your things already processed. Like if I didn't have rubber, we'd be just waiting on rubber right now. That's all. Otherwise, it's just crafting it together and probably making some of these plates, but not too many of them. And it's done. That's it. 16 industrial electrolyzers that quick. So that's not too bad. I mean, it did take 500, I think. Yeah, refined iron. It took quite a bit. Okay, this time we're gonna put those damn overclockers in as soon as possible. Or not overclockers, the transformer upgrades. I'm always saying the wrong thing for those. I think we're gonna have to put cells in the bottom of them too. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need cells here. Let's see how do I have this one set up? Yeah, cells are automatically going in the bottom. Okay, we're gonna need to pretty much set it up the same way as this is right here. Except I think we're gonna just have water. The difference is there's gonna be water going then into the top of these. These are all just gonna be making hydrogen, I think. Yes. Not I think, I know. And let's make these even, actually. Okay, so let me just add one over here, and this maybe might be even. Let's see. It's 4 spaces that way. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it's even enough. Okay. And not bring the wire over first this time. Let's go make the transformer upgrades. Or just grab them because I already have them all made. And these we only need 1 for each, so we surely have enough here. Yeah, that's actually that's it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Done. Okay, now these will not explode, I'm pretty sure. These take 128 and now they take 512. Just to make sure though, so we don't have a catastrophic event again, I'm gonna take these down and just make sure they all have one, because if there's one of these that doesn't, they would all explode, pretty much. It's either that or I'd lose at least 5 of them. Okay, 1 transformer upgrade on each. Now, let's make overclocker upgrades, just 1. And I think that's all we're gonna do. I don't think we really need the storage upgrades on them. I don't really see why that would be necessary. Okay, well, waiting on those, I'm just gonna put them back down. What was that, two spaces away? Yeah. I have a feeling that's the last one. No? Oh my god. That noise gets annoying sometimes. Okay. No, that was too far. I'm gonna have to go through and configure these. And see, I may have to automate this somehow. Like, a lot of it can be regulated just by, like, everything's full, you know? But I need to keep a stock of deuterium because it'll end up processing all of it. And we need, like, half and half. We need tritium and deuterium. And since the tritium is made from deuterium, it's going to want to go through all of it if the system starts getting delayed. So we'll just have to put a level emitter somewhere to make it stop. Probably over the tritium things right here. Probably give these three a redstone signal, and that'll make it stop putting the deuterium in to the industrial centrifuge. Yeah, I think that's the way we're gonna do it. Since this is in the corner, it's not gonna be showing, I don't think. Okay, we'll bring it up at the first machine here. It didn't explode! How amazing. Man, if one of these explodes, I'm done. I quit. You guys saw it though. I put the transformers in there this time, so but it still worries me. I don't know. It's just knowing that these can turn into dynamite in your base. That's a pretty frightening thought. I didn't know it would do that much damage. That was just insane. Oh yeah, I didn't check. Oh yeah, it didn't get all the way up here. It blew up the walls of all these tanks too, though. So yeah, I had water that I had to battle with. What a pain in the ass that was. I was not happy with Greg at that moment. Okay. And let's come straight over. Let's have these take stuff out quick, since it doesn't really cost anything extra in this version at least. I hear that it's going to cost a little more energy to use this function here. With it, it's been changed just slightly, I think. I don't know. I started Unhinged today, but yeah, I just kind of taken a look at some of the recipes, and I've seen that they actually kept in the easier recipes for the power suit. So hopefully that's just a beta thing, because you know, what's the point of making it adding difficult recipes when you leave the easy ones in also? Of course everybody's gonna use the easy recipe. I mean, why would you use something harder when you can go easier? It's like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's just take a look at what these guys are doing. Looks like they're doing their thing. I should have hydrogen cells now. Okay, 56. 56? Whoa. Okay, I don't have any of these working at the moment, so I'm gonna have to start putting those into here, making deuterium. Alright, let's see if with this will work now. Yeah, now it works. So specific this has to be. Okay, one other thing while we're waiting on this water to fill up. I've heard that this thing can possibly explode, which would be very, very bad, just to lose this by itself. But just imagine losing all of this stuff and a bunch of my solar panels up here. Whew, that would be, especially these hybrid solars, ultimate hybrid solars. I would not want to have those blow up on me. Because at this moment we're actually producing, well, in the daytime we're producing an excess, even with the matter fabricator. So it's producing over 8,000 EU per tick, which is decent, and we can't afford to lose that. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, make a bunch of make a bunch of the warded glass, I think, and just encase this, just in case we ever have an explosion. There's some tubes and stuff that need to come out, but I'm pretty sure the liquid ducts are like nuke proof even. Those are pretty ridiculously strong, so won't have to worry about that too much. But we will have wires. I was gonna hook them up over here, but now I kind of thinking maybe over here. Maybe in these spots. You can hook them up in these corners. These spots right here is where you can put the power in, because it takes somewhere around 4,000 EU per tick to just run the fusion reaction. Yeah. To kickstart it, it takes like something like 40 million. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem though, since we have so much, you know, power coming in right here, and we've got the got all my MFSUs that are pretty much always full now, even though I've got stuff running. Not all these are monitored anymore though. I've had to add this whole row right here is pretty much unmonitored, so if those drain first, I won't be able to tell right here. Yeah, I added these hoppers because Mountain was doing some nuclear stuff, and you can actually cool down coolant cells. You can like bring them back to normal in the vacuum freezer. So I was just having them put them in here, because if you put them in the system, you can't really automate it that way, because the way this works is it takes a specific ID, and each durability level on those coolant cells is a different ID, so yeah, not gonna happen. Just coming out to this chest so he can grab it, but I'll probably have it go back in the system now. I think I just turned it off. Yeah. So this will make 16 at one time. That's pretty good. Oh, and it makes 4 each. Wow. Okay, that's quite a bit. All right, so let's have a bunch of these doing their thing too. Yeah, let's take a look at the power first. Yes, it's going down. It's going down gradually. Once we have the reaction going though, that we're gonna have ridiculous amounts of energy, so we're not gonna have to worry about this storage anymore. You can replace all of these with the plasma generators. The plasma generators, let's just take a look at them right now. They store, each of them stores, what is that? I'm trying to count the zeros here. I think it's a billion EU a piece. Let's see. Yeah, each of these stores a billion too. So it's got way better storage capacity, and it outputs 2048. So we're gonna change all of these to transformers. So we'll still have high voltage, but behind all of these behind those we'll have the plasma generators. Those will be our storage. And also, if you make a tank full of plasma, just imagine how much energy that's storing too. So we could have like tanks stacked up on top of each other of plasma, and you're pretty much, you don't even have to be running this. You could just run off of that plasma for a while. Yeah. So this doesn't have to be running full time. You could be generating UU matter the whole time, which I think I might do. I'll just put a bunch of these on switches. That way I can just, turn off the I can turn off the matter fabricators when I need to. if I need that energy. Otherwise, I could just, yeah, I could be making UU matter with like 8 of these. Well, I don't know about 8, but something like that. Maybe more. Okay, let's make a level emitter and see if we can turn these off. I think it should work. I think it's stuck on something. It's making glass. Yeah, it needs to do this in the oven. And that's currently taken up by glass. It's still doing glass. Okay. Cancel. And grab some of this. There we go. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Put a level emitter. It's emitting signal. Let's have these active with the redstone signal. Okay, so I'll put deuterium in those. Let's just test this out. Let's have it do half of the deuterium we have. Or let's say 100. Okay. We'll have it so if the level goes down to 400 to stop. Okay, I'm gonna say, okay, if this is above 400, send a redstone signal. Emit when levels are above the limit. Yes, okay, this is correct. Alright, and so now, I can have these things do deuterium. And it should turn off. And it did. So there we go. Okay, we know how to set this now. Just set it to however much we want to keep of deuterium, which should be half of the cell supply that we have, which is going to be mainly hydrogen at this time. Let's grab some of that. Yeah, and you can see how many we have already. 1,456 in that short amount of time. That's gonna be quick. Okay guys, so I set this to switch, and so I can kind of regulate these. I can turn this one off. I mean, it's going to turn my automation off right here. That's okay though. But we can just do one of these at a time and get the chemicals until we have enough to start this nuclear fusion reaction. So this part is pretty much done. I just need to kind of run this every once in a while. Right now it's kind of draining me of all my power, so I might turn it off. Let's see how much. Oh no, we still get a decent amount. We could maybe just leave this on until it gets close to 0. Oh, that turned on again. Put the stack in each of these. Just pops them in there real quick after there's 400 of the deuterium. Running out of hydrogen cells, that's good. So it means we're almost done with the process. Okay, so we have 136 tritium. Okay, so it takes a lot of deuterium to make tritium. We'll just have to run this for a while and see how it goes. Alright, so I think all these are done. Just the tritium's running now. Let's see, how many does it take? 4. Alright, so 4 deuterium for 1 tritium. Yeah, okay. That's Yeah, that's okay. So we need more deuterium production. May have to just turn one of these off. I don't know, because I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I think I'm gonna call that an end of the episode. Between next episode, I think I'm gonna just repair my base and try and rebuild some of these parts up here and just keep making the fusion coils. I'll try and, yeah, before next episode, we'll have all the fusion coils in, because that's just kind of a grinding process, you know. Takes a long time to make those things. Other than that, I'll have it all set up and we'll get it started. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.